Ciao, come stai? Welcome to Talk Calcio TV on YouTube. Buonasera ragazzi, tutti. So, in this episode we're going to go through the latest talking points in the world of Italian football. Of course, we're fresh from last night, of course, the big game that ended, Juventus 2, Spurs 2. If you saw last night's episode after the match, I think you'll understand I was a bit annoyed that we'd seen the old Italian football, the style of catenaccio, which I said that died in the 80s and the 90s, came back, that Juve tried against Spurs, and it come back to haunt them last night. And that's fresh from that. Also, in my after-match analysis, I was a bit critical of Gianluigi Buffon, the Juventus goalkeeper. Now, in my lifetime, I'm lucky to have seen Gianluigi Buffon play. I'm not going to dispute how great he was for Italy and Juventus, even when he was a youngster at Parma. Of course, he's won the World Cup. He's won every trophy but the Champions League. Now, I said how Francesco Totti done well to keep playing until 40. Buffon, when you're a goalkeeper, though, I think 40, Dino Zoff obviously played till he was 40. He won the World Cup. Unfortunately, I wasn't lucky to see him play. But, Gianluigi Buffon last night, I was critical of his performance on that first goal. The way he came out, Harry Kane danced rings round him before slotting home. It turns out, though, that I'm not the only one who was very critical of Gianluigi Buffon. Now, on German TV last night, their coverage of the game, they had, of course, former German International Mario Basler. For those who don't know, of course, played for Bayern Munich and Germany. In fact, was a winner at Euro 96. Now, working as a pundit on German TV, he pulled no punches when he came to his analysis of Gianluigi Buffon. We've actually got it in here, and I quote, he said, "Gigi was an exceptional goalkeeper, but sometimes we missed the right time to retire." Now, Basler, of course, retired at the age of 33 for Germany and club level. He then goes on to say, "He lost the moment to retire. I stopped as a player and a coach at the age of 33. With Buffon in goal, Juventus will not be able to win the Champions League, possibly no trophies at all." Now, is his viewing of Buffon damning? Well, at the end of it, it's his opinion. I don't think it's damning, and if I'm being honest, I've been thinking the exact same. For Italy, I thought, if anything, he should have probably retired after Euro 2016, possibly before that, Buffon, no one's taken away what a great legendary goalkeeper was. What he's achieved in the game, he's respected the world over by many fellow professionals, past and present. But, in a game, again, when you're up against a new, younger side like Spurs, and you have an old guard, old defence, Juventus' age in defence, and then you got a goalkeeper 40 years of age. The way Buffon come out, he's the captain. He's meant to still be the leader. The way he come out and didn't command his air on that first goal, it's, you can't make excuses. On that second goal, when Christian Eriksen's free kick goes in, you're also thinking to yourself, well, where on earth was Buffon and the wall? The wall are to blame. But, the way that Buffon, surely, with his years of experience, he should have known to stand in the middle of the goal when you got a free kick, or just so he can just see it. Eriksen as good as rolled that ball in, and it's impossible not to criticise Buffon for his error. Now, Juventus also, as you know, signed in the summer Polish goalkeeper Wojciech Szczesny from, of course, Arsenal, who'd been at Roma 2 seasons on loan. Now, if they'd signed Szczesny, surely that is a way of saying, we now got a new goalie. Sure, I'm not saying they should have dropped Buffon, but surely it's a chance. He's the up-and-coming goalkeeper. He is the future of Juventus. Now, are Juventus being too sentimental towards Buffon? Are they picking him over his previous record and like his form now? Because it's feeling that way. Of course, we'll go into the second leg at Wembley. No doubt that's going to be a great atmosphere. All the Juventus fans, the Bianconeri, flock into Wembley Stadium, the national stadium of this country. As long as Spurs, that will create some atmosphere. Looking at the tie now, you have to say it's advantage Spurs. Juventus, they're going to have to change their ways. Massimo Allegri, of course, was also criticised. He also bit back, though, in the interview yesterday. He said, we've drawn 2-2 at Spurs at home. Anyone else would think we've lost 8-0, given the crowd's reaction. So, Massimo Allegri, I'm sure he will have to answer his critics 2 weeks' time at Wembley, that's for sure. Some other news. Now, we probably say this once every week on this one. It's today, there's that Manchester United are so say favourites to sign Argentine striker and talisman for Inter Milan, Mauro Icardi. Of course, now, for those who don't know, he is currently represented by his wife, Wanda Icardi. That's his agent. The negotiations have stopped and stalled with Inter over a new contract. However, according to the Corriere dello Sport today, of course, super agent Mr. Raiola, as we know, he has turned around and said that Icardi would have signed for Man United if he was still his agent. Raiola is also saying that he believes Man United will make their move in the summer, and Icardi doesn't fancy a move to Spain or France apparently, but a move to the English Premier League. Now, I wouldn't like to second guess the mind of Mauro Icardi, let's be honest, given his antics on and off the pitch, as we know. But on there this year, of course, he's just been ruled out recently with injury. He's been a revitalised striker, firing all the cylinders. I'm sure it's going to be a tough one for the Argentine coach come this Russia World Cup in the summer, who he selects, whether it's Higuain or Icardi. Of course, yes, when I say 2018, we know we're not going there. We do not need reminding. Now, lastly, of course, we know there is Europa League this week as well as the Champions League. And, of course, tomorrow, Serie A leaders Napoli take on German side Red Bull Leipzig. Now, ahead of this game, the Napoli coach Maurizio Sarri has been damning of the Serie A league organisation, that's Liga Calcio. Of course, Napoli play at 21:05 kickoff tomorrow. That's a 8:05 kickoff, by the way, in UK time. They then have to take the pitch again on Sunday against Spal. Now, Sarri is unhappy given the fact that Napoli haven't been given enough break in between their Europa League fixture to their Serie A fixture, as they currently lead Serie A by 1 point ahead of the reigning champions Juventus. He says, and I quote here, "We play at 21:05 on Thursday evening, we're then back on the pitch 60 hours later." He said, "Leipzig play their game, they then play on the Monday." He says, "In terms of madness," he said, this European competition is almost secondary. It has no charm." That was Sarri's comments. Now, we know he doesn't hold back as it is. As luck would have it also, there was only 6,000 tickets sold at the Stadio San Paolo. So maybe it's not just Sarri who isn't feeling this. Napoli aren't feeling this either by the looks of it. You know, obviously, I'm sure most Napoli will take the Scudetto over the Europa League. But at the end of it, it's been that long since an Italian team has won a European trophy. You know, why not? They go for it. But it would seem Serie A is now more important. Now, of course, at Naples, the stadium is always rocking when it's full. We know the noise that Napoli fans create. It's fair to say we won't get that tomorrow night against Red Bull Leipzig. So, thank you for watching this episode of Talk Calcio TV when we discuss today's topics. Let us know what you think. Like, comment below. Should Buffon have retired sooner? Is Szczesny ready to take the Bianconeri net? What about Maurizio Sarri? Is he right yet again, given the fact that Liga Calcio don't support the Italian teams in Europe? And where is Mauro Icardi heading? Will it be Paris Saint-Germain, Real Madrid or Manchester United? Comment below, like, of course, look at the links below, follow us on Snapchat and Instagram, and don't forget to subscribe, Talk Calcio TV on YouTube. We will speak to you on our next episode where we preview this weekend's fixtures. Arrivederci.